choose a male as a main character instead of a female? Thank you.
Both very good question. The first one, I answer it so often, I used to have a standard answer, but now I forgot admitting. The question, I think the title started quite early, even though it later changed, but the idea of the film in the beginning was about how I live in a very small village with not much information and not much knowledge of the outside world. That I could believe there is a mermaid, that I could believe there's like Tiger Man and all that. So that was like, maybe now you would think that is not a way to live, but I do think to live in a place or in an age where you don't know much about outside world. I forgot. that was roughly the idea, but the word itself, the year without a summer, was the year of 1816, when in that year when during summer there was snow in China and Canada and all that. During summer there was like the 窦娥冤六月雪 was at a time where a lot of famine happened throughout the world and the war and all that. And only later, maybe 100 years later, the scientists really confirmed that the winter was caused by the volcano ash from Indonesia. I forgot the volcano's name, and I thought maybe, yeah. So that was the year without summer. It's just that it just made me think of like how things that happen to us, all these big or small disasters happen to us, might be something from so far away, like Indonesia not far, that we have no idea of. That was my original idea of the film and title, but of course when things change and all that, I still like and keep the title, so that I can talk about volcano from Indonesia. And the second question was, I'm not sure, but I think quite often I see myself both as man and woman. Even the tree in Tanjung Malim, a lot of people think I am the girl, the 70 years old girl, but most people will not think that I'm also the man, the 34 years old man. I don't always see myself as girl. And I think I make a lot of film about men too. And when I have a film, I'm not always identify with the woman. Sometimes both is a version of me. That's how I see myself, and I think I quite often have male character. So I'm not sure. It is maybe for me, like writing film or making any creative thing is for me to explore like the possibility of life. Like I can live this way, or I can be this and that. Quite often they are all me in a different version or possibility, and I think that's why I like doing that.
Other questions, comments?
Another quick question again. Why does the adult Azam disappear? I mean the number one character, right? Does he disappear or does he simply die? I don't see the clue from the film.
In my original script, he came back to commit suicide. Like he wanted to die, or he already set the mind, but he met his friend and then he started like talking about the childhood and all that. But when I shoot, I think I took out that, or I don't feel like letting him die or something. So I actually added one scene, the first shot where the man just come out from the sea was Namrod. So that was my alternative, like he didn't die, he actually somehow swim back to the shore. But it's a bit ambiguous. That was the answer, I think. In my idea now, I don't want him to die.
It's also like Antonioni too with La Ventura. You know, the missing person is never found.
So if you are a little bit of all your characters, because I thought that you were the Azman character who went back to the village. And
I'm also Mina. I'm also, yeah.
This means if you don't make your next film, you could be that Azman that disappears.
Yeah, I do think quite often you explore that in the film. Like I feel like already then I feel like I didn't make film because my first film was 2006 and I didn't make film for 3 or 4 years and I thought, gosh, it's too long. I'm going down. Well, now it's almost 10 years I didn't make film, but yeah, I don't feel that anxiety anymore. But it's true, I do feel like, oh, I'm not going to make it. There's a bit of here and there, and Mina is also me. But the name Mina was because when I was a kid, there was this makcik in the kampung who sayang me a lot. But we used to call her Xiao Mina, like crazy Mina. She's crazy, but with a lot of, or some of the Malay, especially like there are two, the Li also, the Atok and Mina. I forgot what you call that. Like when you shock them, suddenly they start to lose their mind. So with Melatak, no, Melatak. So with Mina, like this makcik, the kids in the village used to like shock her and then ask her to do things, and they are terrible. They ask her to eat shit, they ask her to do this and that, and she would do it. It's very strange. It's quite hard to explain. And with Li, he gets shocked, but he starts to kick people because he knows silat and all that, things like that. But yeah, I didn't really do it. But it's more like also to remember her. It's quite dear. That's why I like the name Mina. So. Xiao Mina.
It's like 10 years already, so do you plan to make another film?
Oh no!
If you, because I know...
Every day, no. Yeah. Okay.
Because I know that you now, as a producer, you helping a lot of young filmmakers and as a mentor as well, and you make a lot of workshop in Malaysia, and because you are my mentor also, so I'm very like the style that you're teaching, and because it's very easy learning. So this is really helped a lot of young filmmakers in Malaysia. And I also wish that you can make another film. And if you wish, if you make the film, can I be your intern again?
And we do barbecue every day. Yes, sure. I just talked to Dr. Norman just now that I actually don't enjoy teaching and mentoring that much. Maybe swimming is different. I like teaching swimming. But I doing it maybe more out of like obligation. I think they need it. We should do something for the young people and all that. And I don't see myself going into mentoring or being teacher. And I hope someone can take over. I still like, or I think I only enjoy when I have writing or I have film and all that. So I do have this anxiety many years ago whenever people ask me, so what's next, when you making your next film and all that. But now really it's been so long and most people don't dare to ask anymore. The only one that we keep poking each other is this Thai filmmaker called Aditya Asarat, because we also make our second film both same time 2010, and he also didn't make any film since, and every time we see each other like, hey, when you make your next one, and I will have all type of excuse like I'm busy taking care of my kids. And, yeah, he said he had 3 kids and all that, but he has like 3 drivers and 2 nanny and 2 cooks. Yes, he's rich. So we in a way we always try to encourage each other to make film. But I think, yeah, I try to come out from this, but I don't think I can rush anymore. Yeah, even the last one is maybe 4 years ago. But okay, I will remember.
There seems to be some kind of tension between Mina and Azman in the beginning. Can you tell us what is going on?
No, that maybe it's not intentional. I didn't design that. But the thing is, a lot of the emotion has changed because the live recording on set was so bad. The wind is sometimes okay, but sometimes very bad. So Pitio was the one who did the sound design. He made the decision that we have to dub everything. So the whole film is like redubbed, and some of the emotion might be different because then in the studio, and yeah, I'm not sure. Some I think is not. Of course, yeah, there's also a choice. We choose that we still have to be technically, yeah.
The scene with the grandmother. I thought it's easy to overread that because she kept saying, I'll find your tape, your songs. And then once he seems to have drowned, the song is about unrequited love. So it could have been his last message, that's why he's gone, because he actually loved me, not. But you didn't mean that.
It could be, but it's not like the big reason, but it could be they used to have something, but not the reason. It's more like disappointment. When I was a kid, I don't know who gave me the name, but I also have a Malay name that was Mina. But usually they call me Ina or Trina. Yeah, so I don't know if they call me after Mina or just. My mom told me because if you are born on Monday, then you are called Na or something. I don't know if that's true. So. Yeah, quite often I forgot, but in the village they call me Chui Na. Or my friend call me Ina. Yeah, they're like Ina Bodo, Ina Bodo.
Anyone else?
You ask question.
So, when I first met you, we were in the Dawang studios, and I think it's really important to remember how much you and Amir and James Lee and everyone really created the Malaysian New Wave. It was such an exciting time.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about that?
Oh, that's very long. I don't know if I have time. You okay? I think the Malaysian New Wave, we maybe started in 2000, and I think already quite flat in 2007 or 2008. In year 2000, the most important thing happened was Amir made the film called Lips to Lips. He was teaching in a film academy. Amir was trained as a lawyer, but he know a lot about film, and he was teaching film. I don't know what course in. We used to have a film academy under our film council, FINAS, called FINAS Academy, or Academy Film, and he and his student who achieved, the student formed a post-production company called Kino Eye, and they actually explore into digital film and mini DV. So they actually shot the film. Maybe it's the first or second mini DV film. And he got like 26 theater actor to play, and the leading actor was James Lee. According to James, the film destroyed his acting career, so then he can only become director. But it's not true. But after making Lips to Lips, James also started to make his feature film, actually funded by Amir, like 3,000 ringgit. Maybe 3,000 ringgit, maybe about less than 30,000 Taiwanese dollar. So because of Lips to Lips, James made Abeng Return.
Snipers.
Huh? Snipers, and then so then James, I forgot. There's a lot of like collaboration working together. So it's either like Amir produced for James or James produced for Amir, or then James produced this documentary for Amir called The Big Durian. That's 2004. So there was a time I joined the production. Me and Deepak Kumaran Menon, who make Choman Chalai, we started like joining the independent production from The Big Durian. And also we have Wu Mengjin, who just came back from US. He was the cameraman, and I was the second camera woman whose footage was so bad and it wasn't used at all. But it was a good experience, like to be there. And then from there, we all start to work on more of our own film. And at the same time, Amir has this, like he curate for the Club Seni Film. Every 3 or 4 months, we show a lot of short films. It's called Malaysian Shorts. And it is actually the most popular night for the club, because those short films he showed, the filmmaker will bring all their friends and family, and it's always full house. It was so full, we have to have 2 halls to show it at the same time, like this size, but we have to open up to 2 halls to show to all the just filmmakers and their friends. But it's very important platform for all the young filmmakers, because from there, a lot of us are self-taught, but from meeting other young filmmakers, watching their film, we start to be like, oh, I like your actor, can I use him? Or I like your cinematography, can we work together and all that. It really started from Malaysian Shorts. It's just like a simple film club. So that's how Deepak Kumaran Menon, he decided to make his first feature film. It's a Tamil film. I was the producer, and then we got Albert Hugh, another director, to be the DP, and Siwa O, another director, to be the art director. At that time, almost everyone who worked in the production, they are all directors, so we just take turn. I will be art directing for you this time, and next time maybe you act for me, or next time I edit for you. And it's this type of like what you call like a collective working together. That's why we can like keep on making film. And to quote from Amir Muhammad, is like if you don't have money, you might as well have friends. So that's how we make film, like without any money, but just a group of like silly filmmakers. We can maybe we mostly have job or works, but in the weekend, almost at the time, maybe in year 2004, year 2005, almost every week someone is shooting a short film. So you can go help, do something and all that. It's like the best film school we ever have. Most of us had not studied film, but we really learned from all this. And at that time, I forgot who gave me the advice. It's like, if you want to be director, you better learn, or I think it was James Lee. It's very important for you to, of course, script writing, editing, and cinematography, but you should also learn acting. But maybe that's how he cornered us to act. So we actually go through all this, like you try every department, whether you're good or not, you just do. And then by 2005, I made my first feature film, and I won an award in Busan. It was like $30,000. Then I gave the money to Singkat for him to make his first film. Then he also won in Busan next year. But he won two prizes. He won the New Currents Award and the Best Audience Award. So he got $50,000 and give back to me. so we actually ran a few years with all this like award money, grant money, and all that, and it's really like a film collective. But I think the problem started like when we become ambitious. Like we thought, okay, the first film, but the second film, let's do it proper. So then we all like, we want Teo. We only want Teo Gehin to shoot, not like just simply anyone. We want this. And so everything become, of course, more expensive. We need to spend more time to get the grants and things like that. I don't know, maybe it is good, but at the same time, we can see what happened. Like the thing didn't, the momentum didn't keep, and then we just waiting for grants and things like that. So then, yeah, so I only finished mine like 2010. But of course, in between, a lot of things happen. Like the film win award in many places. It's like showing in a lot of film festival. Like I could travel to Europe almost every week. But I was also like got into the Cannes residency, and then after me, since I got Cannes residency, so it's like suddenly everyone want to show Malaysian film and have Malaysian program. And yeah, from 2006 to 2008 was like a big hit. Like everyone want to have some Malaysian film in the festival. But quite soon it's over. Like by 2010, they are looking for maybe some other country and all that. And we also don't have like more film coming up. Actually, it's not like no new people, but there's not the same amount of production, because it used to be every year, maybe like if we go to Busan, maybe there are 4 or 5 Malaysian films showing at the same time. If we go to them, also another 5. But after 2008, maybe less. And now you don't really see Malaysian film in the festival.
Nothing else?
Next new wave.
So shall we thank Tung and Chui Mui again?
Thank you. Thanks, Chui Mui. Thanks, Prof. Jackson. But yeah, we just mentioned that we don't have a closing ceremony, so there's nothing to expect. But no, but it's really important that I mention the names of the organizers. So as the co-curator of the film, on behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to really thank the audience first, and the speakers that we have invited, who has come all the way from Malaysia, Dr. Norman, Dr. Kugek Cheng, and we have Dr. Jackson to help us host Chui Mui's talk tonight. And of course, someone said left. So first of all, I really have to thank Prof. Lim for initiating this film festival, and he has talked a lot about the backstory. And we also thanks Prof. Joyce, who's not here, and she said sorry to Chui Mui that she couldn't join this session. She would really love to, but she has some matter at home. But she has been here for 3 days, so thanks Prof. Joyce. And my co-curators, Zikri and Zhen Yi from China University of Arts, come all the way from China. And we have the MC Chiao. This room. We have, of course, Raymond is the subtitle translator for some films. And outside, you want to call someone? I don't know. We have Nini, the red hair, cool girl, Angmo, we call her. It's okay. And Yongzhen and Sheng Yun who help with the videography and all. Did I miss anyone? Yeah, I think that's all from us. And once again, I don't know whether this will be the first and the last Malaysian Film Festival in Taiwan or not. I do hope that they are the next Malaysian Film Festival in Taiwan in the next few years. And then I hope that it might not be only in the campus, and then since we have so many film festivals in Taiwan, right, there must be a Malaysian Film Festival showing all the good films in Malaysia. And we do hope that we are having better good films in the future. Thank you. I think that's all from me. Thanks. Good night. Have a good sleep.
Question.